Welcome to another run here on American Truck Simulator. Got something a little bit different today. That we haven't really done yet. No changes to the truck. But I'm gonna haul a load that we haven't done yet, so crawler tractor, and it's gonna be going from Phoenix to San Simon. Like I said, haven't hauled a tractor yet, so I figured, what the hell, let's do it. So we're over here at Cascadia Farms here in Phoenix, and we're heading to San Simon to the ADM, and we're hauling a crawler tractor today, like I said. Tipping the scales at 55,500 pounds. Don't need to rest. I have plenty of time to make the run, so we should be good there. But we've got this tractor here. Of course, looks fucked up and doesn't look right, which is fine, whatever. I know there's a mod that makes this into a quadtrac, which I don't have it yet. But excuse me. So we're gonna end up hauling this over there. I don't have my flags or anything on the front, so I don't really haul a lot of heavy haul, really, too much. But when I was working at Case IH dealer, when we were hauling quadtracs, generally a quadtrac is going to be around 60,000 pounds. Wheeled stagger sometimes is usually less, just a little bit, or a little bit more. It just kind of depends on wheel ballast, as far as if it's a wheeled stagger or quadtrac. It kind of depends, your options, your 3-point, does it have hydraulics, PTO, stuff like that. All that kind of stuff adds weight, but not only that, does it have full weights, that kind of thing. So, but generally it's quadtrac's going to be around 60,000 pounds. Now we have hauled them with silage blades on them, so that's going to be pushing it more closer to, probably about 70,000. So, but we never had a Jeep. We never used one of those. It was either just a normal detachable lowboy with triple axle or tandem. So we never ran the Jeep. So I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna get trucking here and get to today's topic. So. Water there, that's kind of neat. Oh, that rickety fucking bridge. You have to take turns pretty wide this time. Real close on that one. Yeah, with these big ass long trailers, it's kind of a pain in the ass. It'd be actually nicer if that fucking Jeep wasn't there. I think there's a pack that actually does that. Because there's not... Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where we never... When I was working there at the Case IH dealer, we never needed the damn Jeep, so... Come on, baby. You can do her.
Get ready to turn left.
hopefully there ain't gonna be anybody doing any sudden pullouts and shit on me, because this big heavy bitch is gonna take a little while to stop it. So make sure we turn this. I'm not seeing it hitting. Okay, we're good there. Close, but good. You coming? Okay, we're good. But yeah, I decided, you know what? We haven't done a crawler tractor yet here. We've done a combine. We've done end loader, coils. We've done. Have we done a backhoe yet? I can't remember now. I think we've done a backhoe too, but we haven't done one of these. So I thought, what the hell? Let's do it. And maybe at some point I would like to do a big dozer too, just because. But anyways, we're going here. Like I said, it was only going to take about just under 4 hours, so not a real long trip today, but should be good nonetheless. But anyways, on today's topic, you might notice by the title, Frickin EPA. Not a fan of the EPA. I think they're just as crooked as most other government agencies. I think there's a lot of people with money and their own agendas that are running a lot of these things, and EPA is not really much different. I'm not saying that people should be able to run amok and dump frickin' sewage and toxic waste in rivers, but I don't think the EPA is as smart as they think they are. I really don't. You know, with emissions and shit being that, don't get me wrong, there needs to be a certain amount, but there's a way to go about it that's it's not going to involve a DPF filter. That's the stupidest shit. They get clogged up, they're expensive to fix and clean, well, emission systems in general, but they're expensive, pain in the ass to keep, to clean and everything else. They add extra weight, all that kind of crap. So for me, trying to cut down emissions but throwing a plastic jug in a cardboard box in the landfill while doing it, I don't think is really saving much. I know I'm probably not the only one alone in that matter. So to me, it's just, I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily the answer. But the other thing too is supposedly 2021. They're talking no more glider kits. It was supposed to be this year, I thought, but either I had my information wrong or they pushed it back a year. I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. Just with a little bit of research that I did, but supposedly they're really gonna start clamping down on that shit. So days of the glider kit may be out the window. But the other thing too, though, might be because, like Fitzgerald, you've got these bigger companies that make a shit ton of glider kits. Fitzgerald being probably the biggest. They're mostly known for Peterbilt and Kenworth, although they do Freightliner. There's a company called, is it D&B? They do Freightliners, and there's other companies out there, but your biggest ones are probably going to be like Fitzgerald and D&B or whatever. And there's some people don't know what a glider kit is. Basically, what a glider kit is a brand new truck that's a roller, just a rolling chassis. Well, obviously, the cab, sleeper, everything's all there, but it's just a roller. There's no engine or no trans in it. So you can go ahead and pick whatever pre-emissions engine you want in there. So if you want a Detroit 60 series with a 13 speed, go for it. You can have it. If you want a C15 with no emissions and an 18 speed, go right ahead. If you want N14 with a 13 or 18 speed, there you go. You got it. You can set it up however you want. And it's been a big help to a lot of companies because these emission systems are they're very expensive. Um, Sometimes there's issues with warranty covering the emissions problems. Like I said, they add more weight. They kill in like fuel economy a lot of times, and especially if a truck's like going to be doing a lot of idling, emissions. Oh my God, you're fucked. Emissions will completely fuck it up. It's not over the road. It's a little bit better, but it's not great. Emissions, in my opinion, are really kind of what's choking off some of the trucking industry. And in California, you cannot bring in a truck with an engine older than a 2010. So, in my opinion, they've kind of fucked themselves. But that's just me. There's a lot of people, there's some truck drivers I know, won't go into California. Never wanted to, and now they literally can't. So, but yeah, the glider kits are actually really helping a lot of companies, especially smaller companies. I mean, your bigger ones like, see what I fucked up today. I mean, Swift. They don't really obviously run glider kits. But there's a company by me, and it's not Edmond, because I live by Dodgeville, or I live in Dodgeville, so I can't remember if it's no, Linden, I think it is. But there's a company called Pete Transfer. One of my friends actually drives for them, and they've got all just gorgeous, nice 389s. You know, look beautiful. Paint, custom paint, straight pipes. Some of them are stretched, I think, but the whole deal. They're working show trucks, really nice trucks, and I think they pretty much just strictly run glider kits. So it's been good for them. And from what I'm understanding, what I've been told from guys who work for them and stuff, they haven't had very many issues. Like Fitzgerald will stand behind. There's a warranty on them. Probably not as good as new. I don't think, but pretty decent. But they haven't had any issues with them. There's no emissions problems, none of that shit. So they're actually saving money by not having their trucks in the fucking shop all the time. So, like I said, Pete Transfer, they love them. That's pretty much strictly all they run. So, I think they've got, I can't remember exactly. I think they've got like 7-8 trucks. They might actually have a dozen now. He's been steadily growing from what I'm understanding and stuff like that. So, but glider kits, honestly, one of the biggest godsends to the trucking industry that the EPA just wants gone, but whatever. Because they save on a lot of things. You're not taking your 6-month-old truck into the fucking shop because emissions system decided to go fucky on it. So the other thing too that's nice about it is, there's a lot of these engines and stuff that are around. It's saving things from the scrapyard. A lot of these glider kits are actually rebuilt trucks. So instead of just being fuck it, throw it away, whatever, they're being rebuilt, repurposed, sent back out. But primarily, most of your glider kits are new trucks with older engines and transmissions. But like I said, EPA is trying to really put the kibosh on that. Come on. That's why I hate stopping on these hills, especially with these big, heavy loads. But yeah, it's one of those things where somebody decided, oh, this is a better option, and they ran with it, and it's worked out. So, but like I said, the EPA, of course, got their hands in there and trying to shut all that shit down because, well, they're just as fucking greedy as any other agency or whatever. just as corrupt, in my opinion. So, for me personally, I think it's more of a. I don't necessarily think shutting down glider kits is the EPA's answer for saving the environment. I think it's to, you know, fit their agenda, whatever. So, but yeah, I've never really understood that whole let's save the environment, but we're gonna put one plastic jug and fucking cardboard box in the landfill to do it. You know, every time somebody puts DEF in their truck, which you can get DEF in bulk. I mean, you can get these big ass plastic. We call them totes. I mean, I think they were like 1,000 gallons, something like that. But I mean, you can do it that way. So I mean, you're gonna be a little while before you can throw it out. But I mean, then you can have it refilled, or you can just get a new tote and use that tote for something else. Like the shop I was at, we would use them, put them in for used oil, because we had used oil burners. So to heat the shop, which worked out pretty nice. So you had something you could store the used oil in it, and to used it. But for me personally, I just didn't feel it was ever the answer. And banning glider kits, it makes it tougher for a lot of smaller companies that just don't have a bunch of extra time or money to be fucking around with these dumbass emission systems. I think, in my personal opinion, I think it should be you can run glider kits no matter what up until you have a certain number of trucks. And then you have a certain number of those could be glider kits, but then the rest have to be, normal emissions. Just kind of, I guess, if you've got 100 trucks, let's say half of them can be glider kits, but, I mean, that would be my thing, but it's not the answer. This DPF and DEF, I don't think it's necessarily a good long-term answer. That's just me. And getting rid of glider kits is just gonna, I think, hurt the industry as a whole. Is there gonna be ways to get around it? I suppose. You could start selling glider kits, take a brand new truck, put, the used engine, the pre-emission shit in it, and then put 250 miles on it. Then it's not new anymore. Because when I was at the Case IH dealer, let's see where they want this fucking thing. The local college could use a new tractor. They had a program with Case IH, and they could basically put 250 hours on the tractor, and it would come back. We'd send them a new one, and then you could go ahead and sell the basically brand new tractor for a used price. So it's one of those things. You could technically do that. It's still basically still basically a brand new truck, let's say, but it's got 250 miles on it, or whatever. I don't know if that's an option they could do. There was another one they were proposing that, let's just go ahead and limit them to a certain number of, glider kits that they could produce. Well, that's fine. Let's say you limit them. I mean, Fitzgerald builds thousands of them a year. So say you limit them to 750 glider kits. Well, then Fitzgerald's just going to have like 5-6 sister companies. I think that's all that one. They'd probably get around that. But yeah, supposedly, I don't know if it's true or not, you could then register the truck as an older truck based on the engine, but I'm not exactly sure. They had talked about the EPA cracking down on people doing 12-valve swaps in their newer trucks, pickups. But, that's kind of something that's more or less been kind of taken care of. You can't really do that too much. You can't take an '08 and put a '96 engine in it. So, but like in my case, I'm fine because the Ford truck's a '97 and the Cummins engine's a '97. So what the fuck are they gonna do? But I don't know. Anyways, that's kind of my rant on EPA and their bullshit. But anyways, we got over here safe and sound now. Got her pulled in here. So no major issues, anything like that. So didn't flip it over, didn't crash into shit. So we did all right. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I wanted to do something different, and I saw this, and I thought, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and pull a tractor. You know, one of these quote unquote quad tracks. So got her done, got her handled, no issues. Oh, another thing too. A few videos back, I said something about the wheelbase in this truck was like 325 inches. Well, when I went to pick this up, it came in and it gave all the specs for whether or not you figure you could handle it for heavy hauling. You know, the maneuverability rating, all that kind of shit, and it tells you the wheelbase, and it's a 326-inch wheelbase. So, yeah, that's why I have some issues maneuvering around sometimes. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the run. Hope you guys like the truck. New paint color, I definitely love it. So, like I said, it's dark teal, and metal flake is lime green. That's why you can kind of see the lime green metal flake in a little bit. You can kind of see a little bit there on the hood and stuff. So definitely digging on that. So alright guys, without further ado and no more rambling here, we'll see you in the next run. What we're doing, well, like I said, we don't know. But till the next run, guys, take her easy. Happy trucking. Hope you're keeping yourself busy if you're stuck at home. So, you know, there's that too. A lot of us are stuck at home. But till the next time, guys, take her easy.